Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Nowhere Profit, where we're on our way toward what I think is a pretty powerful start. We've managed to put together a lot of XP here on this early map where the enemies are less dangerous. We have a ton of food, just a ridiculous amount of food, a fair amount of luxuries, which we're going to use some of right now. What's going to make the most sense? Oh, improvise is very good. Let's do the improvise. That'll help a lot with this battle. So basically, it's just like, I think where we're at now is we just need to get past this boss battle. If we make it past this boss battle without any terribly severe losses, I think we actually have a really good base for a win here. Shiram Torchbearer. Is that a guy that... I don't know if I'm familiar with that. The convoy stopped as a sudden surge of pain sent every technopath in our ranks to the floor. As we regained our composure, we worked out the cause. A special kind of mental attack, one so piercing that only another technopath could have sent it. Carefully, we sought its origins. Our scouts returned to us swiftly, saying that a large group of Shiramist monks were guarding a valley where screams could be heard. It appeared they were torturing a technopath, having strapped the operator onto an antenna as a lure for others. Man, I don't know if it's a good idea for us to take a battle on right now. We certainly don't want to take a bunch of extra wounds. But also, this is an event we've never seen before, and if we save a technopath and get him into our convoy, like a lot of the cards that are marked as technopaths are quite good. Also, I suppose, in an in-world sense, in a diegetic sense, it would be deeply shitty not to save him. Alright, I think we're gonna do it. Man, I'm very torn about this. Like I'm saying, if we can just get past this boss battle without huge losses, it'll be a big deal, and if we go into this other side battle, we're probably going to see a bunch of people get wounded. It's an event we've never seen before. We have to go for it. Alright. Level 5 enemy. So we have an outlaw, a raider, and a guerrilla fighter wounded in our deck, and that's just how that's gonna stay. Early sniper... Like, honestly, keeping the dozer, just playing sniper and then dozer in front of it, is probably not bad. Do I want to play the... I guess the improvise allows me to play dozer plus outlaw, potentially, next turn, which might be quite relevant. Wow. What? Sorry, that guy's a 4-cost 5/4 with shielded and a ton of other upside? Okay, we cannot target him with our blackout thing because it does say or item powers. So he just gets to... That sucks. He's gonna get to really hurt me a lot. And he definitely is not gonna die to the outlaw. How do we want to do this? Well, I think maybe what I want to do here is improvise the dozer out cheap. And then maybe bolster the... Did I bolster the explorer before attacking? Shielded doesn't fall off, right? So we're never going to be able to kill this guy with shot. If I give the bolster to the dozer, he takes 5 damage from the attack, potentially. I'm going to bolster the dozer, I think. And we're going to hope that they don't have an easy way of dealing with the barrier. Yeah, that's an incredibly powerful card that they really should not have. That is too powerful of a card. Oh sure, it gains taunt, why not? Yep, and then you have an easy way of breaking the thing, plus, yeah. Do we have anything in our deck that could help with this? Mind Seize. Mind Seize would get him. So no, the answer to that question is effectively no. Because we have one card in a pretty big stack of cards. What we can do is have our 3/3 eat their 2/3, play Devoted Guard in front of it. Or actually, sorry, we probably play, like, we use the Outlaw to kill the 2/3. We play Devoted Guard and pass. I can't believe that guy is shielded. What an incredibly good card that we've somehow never seen before. They're still adding cards in the updates, you know, with the update that had the 2 new leaders in it, had new cards as well, so that might be all that is. And then I think I just trade my sniper. Like, this is bad, but also this guy living is really bad. If I don't trade my sniper, and they don't have a way of dealing with the 3/3, they'll just trade their guy with my guy, and I'm actually totally fine with our 3/3 taking a wound. I do not want the sniper to... Alright, here's what we'll do with the sniper. We can have the sniper do a thing that still matters, because even when taunted, you can attack stuff on your side. Let's open up some space. And I do like that guy being alive so that he... Fuck you! I do like that guy being alive so that he can absorb the last point of that +1/+0 thing, but also, this is ridiculous. Oh, hey, look at that, he survived! Yeah, extremely go to hell. Like, that's... So our 2/1 dies for this, yeah? What is my actual plan? Blackout blow the 3/5, or the Blackout blow the 1/1, maybe? Because we definitely want to play Machine Guard this turn. We can just lose our 2/1 permanently. Lose our extremely good 2/1 permanently in exchange for killing that guy. Play the Machine Guard in front of the sniper. Black out their taunts so that I can keep attacking their leader. Man, the loss of the Outlaw really hurts, though. It's like an incredibly powerful card. What other options do we have? We could scrap for something out of our leader deck. We don't have anything that matters. I guess I could take the wound on my sniper instead. That feels pretty bad. No, this is right. It just sucks a lot. Shielded should probably work both ways. And then... And we could shoot this... I should have shot this guy first, because I definitely did allow them to draw a card. If I was going to shoot him, would have been better to do it first, but is it right to shoot him? Do we want to just secure to try to get deeper into our deck? Because we have a lot of good stuff left. And I don't have the ability to scrap the secure. I kind of want to save the shot for a better enemy, you know? Alright, I'm going to do that. We're probably going to end up pulling secure out of our deck pretty soon. Yeah, sure. That right there is why you save the shot. Because this guy is way more relevant to shoot. And then... we don't really have a good way of dealing with a 4/4. A lot of cards here that are relatively relevant. But we have a serious problem with just not having enough energy to play the things we need to play. Mind Seize is almost good. I guess a Mind Seize lets me Lets me kill the now 1/1 guy. Right. Yeah. We do that, and like they don't have a ton of power on the board. We're gonna lose one of our guys to their 4/1. We don't actually get a choice on that. If it's the 3/2, we at least get the auto gun. Yeah, this deck is maybe far too powerful to be on the first map. I assume the reward from this event is going to be considerable. Okay. This is not a bad time for a stim shot. Let's just kill one of the taunters, then stim shot you back to full. That's pretty good. And then we can play Flintheart Sign plus Crashjacker? Flintheart Sign in front of Crashjacker to try to make it so that there's any chance at all that Crashjacker lives. I mean, it has... I guess it's going to get attacked. It has to get attacked out either way before he dies. There's not really a reason he needs to be played behind it. And we've resolved some pretty large and impressive stuff. Our opponent still has every card they could possibly want. Yeah, the amount of resources our opponent is not having to spend to fight us here is really a problem. This is a really good example of a situation where having like low value cards like Worker in your deck would absolutely just kill you. Let's see. We could ram our guy into their 3/3, then refresh him, then ram him into the 6/3, just to take a bunch of power off their board. And then we have enough energy left to play Mendicant and Union Sapper. I think that's looking like the kind of thing we're gonna have to do. We're not gonna have anything left to fight the boss with. I mean, we may well have lost the game here. How about instead of doing the thing I was saying we should do, let's do this instead. I guess if we do that, if we play Autogun plus Mendicant in front of it, they absolutely do just kill them both. But there's no version of this where they don't get to kill them both. We could play Shot plus something to take the 2/2 down, which is a little bit better, because at least that actually kills the 2/2, whereas the autogun dies for free. And now they are at least out of creatures in hand. They're down to top decks, which is important, you know. You gotta get through the enemy's resources at some point. Of course, he's never going to stop drawing cards with considerable impact. Hey, Scavenger Savant, you're a pretty good man. You are a welcome addition to the team. So, that can be a Taunt Scavenger Savant plus Union Sapper. They're just going to use any 2 cards to kill the Scavenger Savant, so all we get out of that is a 2-for-2, but it's not bad. We could scrap the auto gun, which my bet is never going to be useful. Looking for something a little bit more compelling. This is not the version of the thing that can hit the enemy leader, so they'll just not play in front of it until they could kill it. We could play our whole hand here. Giving him 7... Making him 7/7 doesn't actually make him any better at fighting the enemies. Right, he still gets killed by any 2 of them attacking. So I think we don't bother. Oh, right, he has that thing. Hold on, that might change the math. Because now they have to attack him 3 times to kill him. So we do want him to have the 6th point of power. Assuming that they didn't just draw Scratch or something, you know, some cheap and easy way of breaking his shield. Okay, that's good. They're panicking. They have no plays. Tell me... Guerrilla Fighter's a pretty good top deck. We do not have a way of dealing 1 damage to the enemy this turn. We have almost lethal. We have nearly lethal. So since we have not lethal, how do we best manage our resources here? Well, I think we want a guerrilla fighter to take out the taunt guy. We use you to attack the enemy leader, get them down to a place where they're more easy to lethal. And then we... If I use my 6/6 to eat their 4/1, that leaves them with not really a lot of power left on the table. Throw out a Porcupine Prana to absorb their attention a little bit, and this looks like we've won, but the cost was probably too great. Alright, annoying, but we do have another taunt. Oh, no, never mind. Irrelevant, because they have... they have whatever they need to make their situation work, always. Well, the good news is, I guess, permanently losing our bounty hunter... Oh! Okay, they just chose to die. They chose to die without killing my guy, which I really appreciate. I thought for sure they were going to just eat the 2/1 for free. Like, the thing they did there had no impact at all. It's hugely wrong. We rescued a Crash Engineer. That's not... Okay, Crash Engineer. One who engineers crashes. 6/8 Taunt Fury. For each point of armor you have, deal 1 damage to a random enemy target, and then set your armor to 5. Yo! That card is bananas! It costs 8. But it's pretty good. So we probably are going to lose a huge number of cards during this fight. I'm looking at this and... yeah, it's... we're probably going to lose a game-losing number of cards during this fight. There's every chance. So what do we need to try to save? Mendicant is actually better when wounded. We need to play some big impactful stuff. Obviously the Crash Engineer is along that line. A lot of our big stuff is fine. I'd really like to save the Machine Guard, but I don't think we can afford to cut him from the deck. He's too impactful. He's definitely worse at his job while wounded, though. I'm gonna put in the Raj General and maybe also the Phalanx. Like, we just need some huge, terrifying dudes. But this is really, really, really bad. And whenever I play a leader card... yo, these are too powerful. This is the boss of the first area. Okay, we've probably lost. The good news is, I don't know that it matters much how poorly that last fight went, because this is insane. It was completely insane for that to be the first boss. We might have to just consign ourselves to never winning on Doomed. Every one of your creatures for the entire game has +1/+1, and also, if I ever play a leader card, you get a guy who is better and cheaper. Like, we can't... what am I even supposed to do here? Is we could black that guy out to make him just a 3/4, and then hit him for 2, trade off our barrier for that, and that puts him at least in a position to die, maybe? And we establish our Explorer. And then, I mean, obviously we really want to play some leader cards here, because we have some pretty relevant ones. But if we do that, he's going to play 2 creatures next turn with a combined value of 7 energy, and each of them are going to have +1/+1. We're in a situation here where we have to be very careful about the amount of power we give up to prevent him from gaining power. The fact that Endless Vigil draws a card is completely bananas. Like, if it just reduced the cost of a card that's already in your hand by 2, it would already be probably too powerful to be on a first area boss. Yeah, we just don't get... I think we just have to not ever play a leader card. That's not a real strategy. How do we manage this? The autogun will potentially get us multiple The autogun could kill multiple enemy cards, so it might be worth playing. The shot kind of needs to... The shot is like a very much an emergency thing. I think I am going to play the autogun here. Okay, that effect is over, at least. Alright, so the autogun ate a card because he's spending cards trying to deal with it. Played Shepherd effectively for free. Ooh, man. Stone Chakra's pretty good. If we just play cards here, we don't kill any of his guys, but we go to his face for 5, he's going to kill both of these guys. Our machine guard's just dead. Like, let's just accept it. That sucks. Our deck is going to be what started the round, or what started the video as looking like a pretty good base, is going to end up with us going into the next map without enough cards to have a deck anymore, and we're going to probably lose through attrition, just like getting worn down and running out of cards over the course of the game. Unless this starts going phenomenally well for us in some way, somehow things just like change a lot. Don't show me that prompt if the card's not going to go into my hand. It's just a waste of time. If we smash our 5/5 into his 7/7 and then shoot it, it does die, but we also give him a card by doing that. We could play Stone Chakra. No. We can play Stone Chakra and then play something large on top of it next turn. That might be worth the leader card cost, maybe. But like, we just can't kill a 7/7. I can go to my opponent's face for 8 here. We pretty much just have to. We actually have to try to burst him down, rather than playing the board game. I think that's probably right. And then we can scrap for additional damage. We do have another shot. So like our plan's got to be do so much damage to him that he's just overwhelmed by it. While he's setting up a vastly superior board that we could never hope to beat by playing the game the way I normally play it, we kill him. I think that has to be the plan. So let's play the Phalanx here rather than the Raj General, so that we can play the Raj General next turn. The Phalanx has just enough power to be a threat to their Phalanx. Oh right, I keep forgetting about that effect. That's actually like a pretty good pretty good thing that just happened there. So we have lethal on the table right now. He's just going to my face, which is great. I think he may have just accepted death. Please don't have a way of stopping me. Okay, yeah, he just chose to die. Weird. Saved from an impossible situation by the AI just playing very, very poorly for no reason. I'll take it. We only actually lost one person. We took 14 damage, but that, I think, is actually within acceptable limits. Got ourselves a target marker, which, oh my god, coordinated fire. Dismantle. What a good card for my deck. Okay, yeah, we should probably not have won that. All he had to do was keep playing to keep our guys under control, and he was likely to get the victory there. But he played for the face. He played Bursty instead of Control-y when he was the more controlling one in the match, and so he loses not just a little bit either. That was a huge loss. He got absolutely annihilated there, and it's just very dumb. It's a very dumb thing to have happened. When a friendly follower is healed, that follower is refreshed is such a good card. Holy crap, that's a good card. Like, Armored Blow, when we were flipping stuff over immediately, I was like, hey, Armored Blow, that's awesome. But no, we have to take this, right? This seems insanely powerful. And then we just lean into our healing linear a little bit more. We don't have a second weapon, but we can now get a second weapon. And we didn't actually end up losing that many guys. We're probably going to have to take it a little bit easy on the profit healing here. We got to make sure that we have a reasonable fighting force. So let's figure out what fixing up our army looks like. We definitely want the worker swarm and the blockade. I would like to heal my big guys. Guerrilla fighter should get healed. Dozer's not critical. Let's look at critical. Honestly, mendicant, we maybe just keep playing him wounded. How many wounded is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could bring one more, and it might well be the Dozer. We could just go ahead and leave the mendicant in. I don't think any of these other ones are like totally critical. Obviously, Machine Guard and Outlaw would have been very, very nice to still have. We lost a lot of power by losing them. And maybe we cut the Mendicant and put the Union Sapper in for the heals? If we play the Mendicant wounded to take advantage of this thing, it's still going to die in the first battle we play it in, almost certainly, but it will cost them an extra card to get rid of it. That's a bad way to think in terms of long-term victory. Like, you can definitely play in such a way that you're like, well, my followers die, as long as we're getting in-game short-term value from their deaths, we're getting something out of it, and that's fine. And that will totally let you win battles for a while until you run out of resources and die. It's not a good strategy for actually winning the whole game. Unless you have enough incomes, you have to be securing enough resources by losing them that you're getting enough batteries to hire enough people to make up for the losses. Plus whatever resources you aren't getting because you don't have access to the 50 unit options in events. I'm not convinced that that's possible. So let's do 3 follower heals, 2 leader heals. This puts us in actually a pretty good position still. Again, because our opponent misplayed massively during that last battle. And what do we want here? Do we just want to gain scholar points? I might just want to push scholar for right now. Just make sure that we are going to have the thresholds we need for those good scholar event choices. I think that's probably right. We go to the cells and explore the area. Higher help is so random. It's hard to know what you're going to get. When we go to the palace, we're asked to wait. We choose not to leave Jeet to the Raj. There's this thing about overthrowing the Raj, which we always do because it totally rules. Lagan sneak in ahead. We get a bunch of free altruist points. So we're doing well on our thresholds now. We have a ton of hope. We have a ton of luxury items. We have a ton of food. I think what we want to spend our batteries on right now is hiring. Deal 3 damage to all followers and constructs on revenge. That's interesting. We kind of need some lower cost guys, though, because that's where we're losing people. When you scrap a card, Scrap Artist gains Stoic until the start of your next turn. Actually seems like the kind of guy you could keep around. And Veteran Gladiator, obviously, is quite good, although I'm... Sorry, that's a lot of batteries. We could spend exactly all of our batteries hiring a Veteran Gladiator and a Scrap Artist. We also could buy a second weapon, right? What is the machine pistol? It's just 2 damage to a target with the ability to be dismantled into salvo. And that's almost exactly all of my batteries. No, I think we have to recruit followers. Let's take on Veteran Gladiator and Scrap Artist. Scrap Artist is a guy that you can trade off in a way that doesn't hurt so much, and I think that's going to matter quite a bit to us. Especially cheap guys. Cheap guys are hard to keep alive. Alright, so we can Ferals and the Swamp. Special Bunker? Hey, that's one of the few unlocks we have left. Well, you know what we must do. So, we certainly don't need to route for the food. It's a little frustrating to me that it won't let me keep the map scrolled up enough for this node to be totally on the screen. That would be a great thing to hit, though. So how do we want to path this? Obviously, we'll want to keep getting stronger. We could even just, like, do an S shape here. Obviously, we want to end up at the bunker. I have no idea if we're actually going to be able to get inside the bunker because I've never seen the event before, but that's what it takes, right? What is the text of that unlock? Make your way into an old bunker and find the hidden cavern within. Well, hopefully it'll be a thing that requires scholarship. So yeah, I think we're gonna start by going this way. Oh, I wish I could trade with these guys. Right next to the road, there was a huge motor wagon broken down. I don't remember what happens if you threaten them and the chance fails. I think if you threaten them and it succeeds, you probably just get their stuff. Let's do it. Oh. Okay, we fight and we lose all of our altruist points. Fun. Do I want to just cut... secure from my deck? I think so. Like, obviously, with the Porcupine Prana, it's nice to have things that generate armor, but we have a couple of Union Sappers, and I kind of think we're going to cut this. I don't know. Let's leave it for right now. I'm a little torn, obviously. Alright, let's try to have a battle here where we don't lose everything. So what do we want to not run? Because we did just throw everything on our deck, and that's probably not the right way to go about this. Let's hold the Dozer back, and maybe the one of the Scavenger Savants, because our deck's like pretty heavy on costs right now. And do we want to run Veteran Gladiator, or do we want to save that as something to swap in after we take some wounds with the current squad? I think let's just run it like this. Okay, not a bad open, honestly. Obviously, I love an early Worker Swarm, and Challenge is a good card to have around when you have a Worker Swarm. What is this? Huh, we've never seen one of these before. I guess we've never gotten this result from this event before. Okay, so they just have a 10-point... Boy, this would be a really good time for us to have that card, right? The one that makes, Interesting. I was gonna say that card that makes you have lets you break down an obstacle and gain armor equal to its defense, its life. So what we can do here is challenge plus bolster on our guy. We can also blackout strike him. I'm trying to think about how we do this in such a way that he doesn't get to eat the Worker Swarm afterward. If I challenge and bolster and attack, he ends up a 3-2, I end up right here, which maybe makes me killable. It doesn't let us develop our board too much, except that we have this guy, and he's like incredibly frustrating to deal with. That might be good enough, honestly. And then I'm going to not black him out, and if they play double bolster or something on him, then he does still get to kill our guy, and that's not great, but I'm going to try to save the blackout strike for another dude. So I think we may have solved the problem. Okay. So, let's not let you have rage, because that bums me out. You should step forward. And then, do we play... shot plus sniper? That doesn't seem bad. That's the... I just grabbed the wrong guy, because I'm not used to the pictures. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, alright, well, you're gonna get your kill one way or another, huh? This is probably a time for shot. Mind Seize is real good here. Followed by shot. And moving this guy to a position where he can actually do stuff. Oops. I don't think I want to scrap. So we can not do anything useful here. I don't think. We can stim shot this guy back to full health. Attack for 2. Then... No, that doesn't help. He dies. Well, he doesn't die, obviously. We can give him Stoic. We can certainly trade him for some damage. Yeah, I think I'm going to scrap this looking for something a little bit more meaningful. Secure is not good. Not a good option. So we can play the secure and still try to find something. Really wish I had just drawn whatever the other thing was, though. And then we'll still have 5 left, so we can make Stalwart happen. Or the Scavenger Savant, if we think that looks better, depending on what happens here. Flintheart sign. Interesting. So if we play... We could have the 2/2 just run into one of these guys to lower their health by a bunch. But it doesn't actually seem all that relevant, does it? If I play either the Scavenger Savant or the Stalwart here, the best case scenario for them on the board looks pretty bad, but obviously they have a lot of leader cards in hand. I guess let's find out. Let's go Scavenger Savant now, because next turn we can play Stalwart and Flintheart Sign together, which is pretty powerful. And I think I am, in fact, going to have him just trade into somebody for health, because otherwise they're going to kill him for free on their turn, and he's going to take a wound. Right now he's Stoic, so let's just put him on somebody. Let's put 2 damage on somebody. Okay, that doesn't matter a huge amount. Unless they're just going to my face, in which case it matters. Which is exactly what they're going to do, huh? Yeah, wow, that's an awful lot of extra damage you happened to have on hand. Well... It's unfortunate that there's no way to really... There's no way to clear out there's no way to clear the board. We're very, very slightly short of clearing the board in a whole bunch of different ways. This effect will fire on the Stalwart, right? So we play... We probably want to attack with our guy into the 9/3, right? We have to take 9 damage off the table. Not really any two ways about that. Then we could refresh this guy and just kill the 6/3 as well, and then play Stalwart and have a 4/5 barrier taunt guy with his 4/3 up. I don't love that. Actually, another thing we could do is play the Stalwart here, play the Flintheart sign in front. So they have to attack that first. I'm going to try this. We're going to try doing this and then putting the Flintheart sign behind you. This will make it really hard for them to kill the Savant. And if they don't have a damage spell with which to break this before attacking, this is pretty great. We'll see if they do, because they totally might. Also, they might just have enough buffs to... Yep, of course. Yep, and then they have just enough power left to kill this thing, but we kept our 5/4 alive, as though that matters. And then... The 6/8's pretty huge here. So, damage to random enemy target. Are obstacles considered enemy targets? I actually don't know. Well, you're a 6/8 and you're terrifying. We're gonna just play you and find out. Well, I guess we're not gonna find it, because, right. We're not gonna find out. But we are going to do this and just try to soften up the board a little bit. I didn't have any armor at the time. Okay, that's a good sign for us, I think. If they had any trickery, they would probably have had to play it before the attack. Okay, now we just have lethal. Cool. I'm not super happy about some of the wounds we took there. And getting hit for 11. But we got resource rewards. Losing all of the altruism for that definitely hurt. Swarm patrol killed a caravan. Do we just bounce? I'm feeling a little wounded. Yeah, I think we do in fact have to just leave. Let's do that snake around plan. So I think I do want to hit this node, but we have to go to camp. Yep, hire them. And now we have a question. It was obviously heal followers before. Now I'm not so sure. 2 followers that we have wounded are pretty important ones. I think it's going to be a heal followers, but I'm definitely concerned. Also, we really don't need that button to glow every time I have picked up anything. Okay, it rained. Children followed us with curious eyes as the village leaders and the settlement's priest approached slowly. We can definitely afford to appease them. Okay. Sorry, we should look at what there is to buy here. Molotov cocktail. Not great. I think probably not worth picking up. Spaceplate's pretty good, though. Spaceplate's pretty great, actually. That's a lot of batteries. But what would we be replacing? Force shield or the drone, which is sorry, give me tooltips. No tooltips. Like scrap healing we could probably drop for now. Out of curiosity, if we sold the drone, what would it sell for? Oof, nothing. I think we are going to buy the spaceplate, because I think spaceplate's very, very, very good. And then, now that we're a little bit more motivated to scrap a lot, we probably want our decks to be slightly larger. But I think we don't sell the drone, we just go on with very few batteries. If we get that event where the guides ask us to pay them, though, we're going to be sad that we don't have the batteries with which to pay them, because you lose somebody if you don't pay them. And the odds that we're going to play the odds that we're ever going to equip that drone again are pretty low. I do kind of want to dismantle it for the card, though. I think for right now we'll just move on, and maybe we won't bother going to the township anymore, so we don't have the batteries to benefit from doing so. Still, more nodes is more opportunities for stuff to happen, and we need some stuff to happen. Also, I'm going to get wounded really badly, probably. Yeah, let's take the long route. We can afford to take the long route, and we need the opportunity for things to happen to us. Okay, so these just give push, right? It's not bad, but it's... I was about to say it's not worth a weapon slot, but we are short a weapon, aren't we? Also, I should equip my spaceplate. What followers? Okay, there are some cool followers here. To be perfectly honest with you, I think this is when we sell our drone. Instead of breaking it down into replenish, which is actually kind of cool. Or maybe we sell... Yeah, I'm going to sell this. We'll recruit you guys, and then do we also want to take on the sweeper? Sweeper's pretty good. I think defender is also quite good. We could sell more luxury stuff. Or we could still sell that drone. Do we have a luxury that sells for 11? I guess we could buy the Blue Devil Grunt and the Defender and just move on. Obviously, they're not powering up my deck right now, though. I think Defender's quite a good card. I want this Defender. I want this Blue Devil Grunt. And then it's just a question of do we sell for more stuff? We have a lot of luxury goods. They all sell for 10 no matter what. So if we sold the natural dyes, which I think have by far the least useful effect. Go to market, or sorry, we go to the follower thing, we hire that sniper. The question then is, do we also buy the welder, which I don't think is great. No. We'll just have some batteries on hand. How about that? How about we don't be totally broke? Share some of your food. We can give you a valuable map. Yeah, I'm willing to trade food for a map. Ah, man, that's not easy to get. I'm gonna disregard that because I want the bunker. All right, here, do they have anything particularly amazing at their market? Nope, they have a pull instead of a push. I think we're cool. I think we'll just move on, and we know we're going into a fight, so let's go ahead and drink some tea. All right, let's hope this doesn't turn out to be too brutal. We're going to... We're already running a fairly large deck here. Let's put in the other worker swarm. I think that's definitely an upgrade over the 3/3 taunt guy. Crashjacker is just quite a lot worse than Sweeper. And then we just play it like this. 16 cards in this deck, and doesn't give me a card count on this deck for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're way more motivated to scrap. We probably should still cut some stuff from that. I don't know, maybe. I'm torn about it, obviously. There's a scholar box here. Also, we started with a makeshift trap. Also, we started with some fragile crystals, which are very annoying. Let's just open the way we tend to open, and no reason to scrap now, so we don't have any projectiles to fire anyway. Stone Chakra is definitely going to be interesting for us. Okay, Taunt Guy dies for free. Or we black out Taunt Guy, we swing into the 4/3, and then we shoot it. That doesn't let me play another card, though. Yeah, Taunt Guy dies for free. Play Sweeper, and pass. And scrap? So we could add a damage to that shot, and then it's obviously very good next turn. What would I scrap here? Stone Chakra might be a little awkward to use with our very limited positions here. I'm going to scrap this guy. And I wanted to do that now so that I could make sure that we... Oh! Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, you killed my robot. You sure did. So you're dead, obviously. Get you for 5. Play Scrap Artist somewhere. It doesn't really matter where too much, I think. And then, honestly, I think we're pretty good. I don't think I want to scrap any of this stuff. Phalanx next turn is going to be a pretty good play. Yeah, I'm feeling alright. We're not going to get to use our, this thing again, because we're going to have a full hand. Actually, I'm not sure what the order of those triggering is. Do we draw a card first? Or, yeah, we draw a card first. That's a real shame. If that went in the other direction, it'd be really nice. So... Coordinated Fire won't hit the trap, and it's shielded. But the Phalanx just eats the 4 damage and is basically fine. Or Keeper. Keeper eats the 4 damage and is fine. Do I want to do that? The odds of the Keeper getting wounded are pretty good. This only hits stuff that's directly across from it, right? The other option we have, of course, is playing Porcupine Prana plus something. Getting the Stone Chakra established somewhere. And obviously that just draws off the opponent's attention for a turn while we figure out exactly what we want to do. We're actually fairly close to having lethal right now. I didn't realize. What are the odds of me drawing a shot? 1 in 10? Okay, pretty bad. But yeah, because of Refresh on this guy, we're very close to lethal. I think we just go to the face, Porcupine Prana somewhere, establish Stone Chakra here. It's unlikely to ever affect anything but 1 space, but that's fine. This is probably pretty difficult for them to deal with. No, we may as well just do that. I think this has got us in a pretty good position here. I don't think we need to scrap anything. Yeah, because that's going to eat the whole attack. And then we've got lethal, and even if they did kill something, we have a pretty good situation set up here to recover. But they don't. So the question is, who gets the blessing? Well, here's one thing I know we're doing. Let's grab that, and then refresh you. I mean, the blessing on the Scrap Artist obviously is going to come into play pretty frequently. I think it's actually pretty significant. God, I love Refresh. Refresh is such a powerful card. Took on 3 cards that are actually all quite good. Yo! Never seen this guy before. That's an exciting dude. And then, yeah, the Vandals are totally acceptable cheap guys. That's a pretty good outcome there. We came out way ahead on that. Alright. Make your way into an old bunker, find the hidden cavern within. It was in the darkest hours of the night when we suddenly heard a commotion on the edge of camp. A raider, his face painted and body decorated with human bones, has wounded one of our crashjackers. Behind him, other raiders were trying to carry off 3 tied-up followers into the darkness. Man, can we please not have random fights happening constantly? I might not even change our deck any more than that. We're probably fine. Let's try to find anything that costs 3. I mean, hold on. I don't mind starting by playing Porcupine Prana. And if we're going to do that, then having that sniper is actually kind of good behind the Porcupine Prana, which is tough. You cannot stim shot a construct. I think I'm going to do this, maybe? Maybe we just hold the Stalwart, because Stalwart's very good. Yeah, actually, I think we'll run it like this. Ooh, Resilience Chant has a possibility of being very good for us. Also, I really like this thing. This acid plant in the front row of the enemy group is pretty cool. Okay, Wild Hand's not bad here. That's probably not the way they wanted that to go. That's a shame. We could do a blackout. So, we stick to the plan for the moment, right? It's probably not worth the blackout, right? I mean, a blackout here makes this guy potentially just have to die to our Porcupine Prana. Honestly, the way that changes the battlefield totally might be worthwhile. Do we want to hold this Resilience Chant? The thing is, it's kind of a combo, right? And we don't have any of the stuff in hand that makes it work right now. I kind of think the Resilience Chant is not very good in our deck at this moment, but I think it has the possibility of being extremely strong. If we can just find, like, if we found a piece of equipment, there's a healer's kit. It gives you a healing ability. That would make it extremely good. So I think we might want to scrap it for right now and just try to grab stuff that's more immediately relevant. Coordinated fire is not a bad draw. We're going to not use the blackout, obviously. Oh man. Interesting. Why do that way? Huh. Well, now we have some interesting questions, don't we? The sniper can't move, so we don't have any way of doing anything on that front, except for just playing a guy with taunt to make my sniper less of a target. We do, of course, have guys with taunt. Two guys who are fairly similar at this moment with taunt. And then we just hit the opponent in the face with the 5-4, is that right? Well, one thing we could do, like a coordinated fire here isn't terrible, but obviously it just leaves their 5-4 able to kill my 5-4. And I think I really like how this all is going, so I think we're gonna play a keeper who is definitely gonna get wounded for the cause. And then we're just gonna go to the opponent's face for 5? Well, if I don't kill one of these little guys, then they break the shield with one of the guys, then smash with this dude, and then still attack. Like, it's not super different than just killing them myself, I guess. But it lets them potentially have a turn to play cards on dudes, and yeah, let's do this now while they can't do anything about it. And then I don't think it makes any sense to black that guy out. I think we just pass. I think we scrap. Let's scrap the stim shot. I know we could have just played the stim shot on this guy, but I think we're looking for something a little more relevant. Like, Flintheart Sign is actually pretty good here. Okay, well, if you just have enough buff cards, you will always get your way. The good news is we still get the trade there. Yep, again, don't show me that if it's irrelevant, please. The Flintheart Sign itself does have taunt. If we shoot the one guy, then play the Flintheart Sign, then we just keep attacking the enemy's face for 5 every turn. We honestly might end up in a pretty okay spot here. It's a shame we don't have one more energy, because this would be a really nice turn to establish Flintheart Sign and Stone Chakra and shoot a guy in the face. But I don't think this is actually optional. Well, I could just attack the Acid Plant instead, and that does let me set up a little bit more. You know what? Our opponent still has enough cards in hand that I feel like set up a little bit more is maybe the right move. Do this and that and hope that our thing here survives, because it would be really cool if it did. And do we want to... let's scrap Crashjacker, who's kind of like a middle value threat, just to get that shot value up. Alright, let's hope that they fail to kill the Flintheart Sign. Ah, it's a shame. Okay, that was definitely wrong, and I appreciate them doing it. So we have some interesting choices now. I think a blackout on that guy is reasonable. And then I'm pretty sure we want to play 2 units this turn rather than playing the Stalwart. Well, Stalwart plus Shot is certainly interesting too. So that would make the Stalwart a 3/7 with Taunt and Barrier, right? Which is tough for them to deal with. So they have 8 total damage. Yeah, actually, that's real powerful. And then just cap this guy. They'll probably just kill the Flintheart sign instead of fighting the 3/7, I think. Yep, and then they have a second guy because they have... Oh, well, that's wrong, but certainly interesting. Okay. Oh. So Mind Seize plus Coordinated Fire kills their entire board. That's probably what we do, right? It doesn't even actually harm my guy. It does prevent me from moving, which is a little annoying. But it's hard to not be cool with the 2 for 4. And then, yeah, we just have a very significantly better position than they do. And we hope that it's enough to get us somewhere. Alright, that makes the worker swarm a lot worse. So eat you. And then nobody else has taunt. We can do a restore, but the restore doesn't actually help because if the revolutionary dies, she dies anyway because of the extra 1 point of damage on his death. We can play... I guess we could just play blockade and refresh. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then just give her back a little bit of health. It might have been better to scrap the restore, honestly. But now we're representing 8 damage, and our opponent's pretty much in top deck mode after that. I don't know how we're... Okay, that card doesn't do anything. Oh, it does. That's right, it does do a thing. It does do precisely one thing. Bolster's very bad here. Yeah, Bolster is none value. God damn it. So obviously we don't want the 6/4 to get to just attack. So we're bolstering somebody and sending them into the 6/4. That sucks. They also can't... I can't take 4. So I guess we're just fully trading. That sucks a lot in terms of like our ability to win the game. But then we do this, and we at least have a lot of power on the table again. Okay. So it's good for them to draw something irrelevant once in a while. You know, it'd be too much to ask for them not to have multiple answers, obviously. Get rid of you, swing for 5, move you out from behind. So I'd rather take the loss there than take it here. And I think the play is... I guess I didn't think this through all the way. We can't... I was going to jam 2 more guys down and then next turn play Raj General, but maybe we'll just play Raj General now. In which, you know, if I had sequenced this out the whole way, obviously, we do this before attacking, ideally, but it's fine. Yeah, no reason to scrap. Boy, just all day long, huh? Okay. Do we... We don't quite have lethal with me also grabbing the equipment. And we don't have a way of making that work. So maybe I just don't grab the equipment. It seems pretty relevant, though. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Do that, and do this, and do this. And not play anything. Don't play the secure, because it just gets you hit for 2 at the beginning of your next turn. Yeah, it doesn't really help us to do anything at all here. I guess we can play a card in front of this guy to reduce the chance that he dies. like play something else that I'd feel less bad about getting injured. God damn it, of course he draws a removal spell. Of course we take a wound for our trouble. At this point, more equipment I think is pretty important, but... Alright, an outrider spotted a half-buried structure not far off the road, so we sent a small team there. A wide, dirt-covered road led up to it. It was an entrance into a large, squat bunker made from steel and concrete, big enough to fit multiple trucks. There were no visible windows or any other openings, apart from the sturdy, reinforced main gate. Whatever markings had been painted on the bunker had long since faded. Find the hidden cavern within, it says. So the cavern's not necessarily going to be in the surroundings. It's probably inside the bunker proper. I don't know that having another mace... Will this give me 2 copies of Blackout Blow? Okay, that's fine. And again, with the everything glowing constantly. Hard cover's pretty good. It's probably not better than any of the stuff we're playing with now, though. Like, the glowing. Just stop with the glowing. I see the stuff. Alright, let's check the surroundings for clues, maybe? Ah, see? The area around the entrance was empty. A few scrawny trees and bushes were dotted on the hills in the area close to the gate. Let's roll the dice. Seriously? A group of feral warriors who were just about to saw the head from his lifeless body. Fucking... God damn it. Alright, if we pull the wounded that we don't want to lose... Put you back in... Boy, there is almost nobody that I would have been more upset about having removed from our deck. It's basically like him and the Crash Engineer. Do we want to play a Devoted Guard? I mean, Devoted Guard's not a good card. It's not bad enough for the answer to that question to be no, though, and I am actually just gonna pull Secure, but we probably, with our setup as it is now, we probably don't actually want to lose a card right now. Okay. Alright, well, that's not too bad. So this is cover, right? It is cover and also gives +0/+1. Alright, I think we're going to start by establishing these guys, but that's good to know. We just whirl into battle with our dual maces. Huh. What a weird bad play. So... putting our own Devoted Guard down right there is definitely interesting. We have to be pretty careful about our health here. I think we want to scrap Restore. I think Restore doesn't do anything at all. Okay, Shot's definitely interesting. So I think I'm going to just go to the opponent's face for 2. Put down our own Devoted Guard right here. If they want to do shenanigans to kill it, then we've at least made them spend some stuff. Alright, he has Taunt. I can't just ignore him completely. I think I don't attack then. I don't think it's... Here, you know what? We'll open up space. Oh, right, this thing. I always forget, because every enemy has it, I forget that it's even a concern. Oh, hey, a Guerrilla Fighter. What a stroke of luck for you. Alright, and then at least this turn we have shoot you plus play a guy, and honestly, the Spike Trap's not that big a deal. We probably... Maybe we don't do that. I think what I'm going to do instead is just trade here, and then play Challenge. And that controls the 2/2 as well. And then we'll play, like, Union Sapper in the cover position, or Explorer. No, our health is important enough that this is probably the right way to do this. And then that way, when the explorer comes down, he doesn't get spike trapped. Okay, let's try it like that. I am going to scrap Resilience Chant for the moment, just to get Scrap Thing onto this. And then... do I want to Stim Shot? If I don't Stim Shot, we're not gonna be able to pull a card back out of our discard pile, and I kind of would like Challenge again. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Him being a 3/2 is irrelevant. That is also less relevant than they would like. A robust guy with Taunt is gonna make life difficult for them. Alright, let's bring Challenged back. So this guy will go back down to 4 toughness. I think we do black him out. And then we just shoot him twice. We move you back to the front. Swing for 3 plus some armor here. And then we definitely play the Stone Chakra. I think I just play it here. That's going to make it really awkward for them to regain control of the fight here. As long as we can keep our robots alive, I think this is going to be a big deal. Ooh, that sucks. So, we do have Blackout to strip the +0/+2 off of one of them if we want. Veteran Gladiator is definitely interesting. So, how do we want to do this? We actually have a lot of interesting options. So we could attack the 3/2 with our 2/1 and then use Challenge to put him back in the safety position and throw down Scavenger Savant in front of the Chakra, which will make him huge. He'll get the barrier from our thing, and then he'll just be like monstrously huge. Very difficult for the enemy to deal with, and we can worry about the Veteran Gladiator stuff later. I think that's reasonable. Alright, you get back up here. You do this. And then we have an energy left over, so this seems like an okay time to play the bolster. We'll just make this a little bit more dangerous. And keep doing that thing. That looks pretty good to me. I think they're going to have a hard time finding their way out of this one. Okay, they now have the ability to spend all of their attacks this turn finishing that guy off, which it looks like they're going to take. It doesn't feel like a great use of Stim Shot, honestly. AI will stop at nothing to wound your cards. They feel very strongly about you not getting to have stuff. And then we just kill you. I was looking at that, trying to figure out if there was a reason not to just do the most straightforward thing there, but I'm pretty sure that was right. Didn't look like the area held the potential for anything beyond enemies. Okay, super annoying. Really, really bad outcome. So, we stood in front of the massive gate considering our options. There was a panel on one side that had been smashed by another unsuccessful visitor. You know, I'm sure with enough explosives we can make our way inside, said Ku while patting their backpack. No, it's fine, Ku, I got it. We couldn't quite believe our luck, but somehow we made it into the bunker. There were large transport vehicles nearby and empty transport crates and trash scattered all around the antechamber. Iridium 1 and a symbol with the name Raha was printed on much of the equipment. The wide road continued downward into the rock and into darkness. Find the hidden cavern within. I mean, it's got to be deeper, right? Ugh, don't like that. We followed the road down until we reached a larger cavern. Well, this is a cavern. This was clearly the base for a mining operation. Here there were tools and vehicles of all shapes and sizes that the Union would kill for. From this point, many shafts led further down into the darkness. A sound like shredding metal echoed out from among the deep. Prophet, do we really want to go down further? Oh man, I really do. Yeah, I think I think we got to try to unlock the new guy, right? We explored one of the corridors, moving through the rocks in darkness. Time seemed to pass differently here. Now and then, we found remnants of the mining operations, abandoned machines or equipment, looking like the corpses of metal beasts in the flickering light of our fires. So, if we had understood what was happening here, we would have used some luxuries before opening this up. And I'm not allowed to do that now, right? Nope. Okay, found nothing but dust and shiny rocks. Ah, that sucks. So you gotta come into that with a ton of hope. Well, we know for next time. Alright, I suppose that is where we're gonna have to call it for today. That battle got a little bit longer than I was hoping. We're in a position that I would describe as precarious, but there's potential here. We still have lots of potential. So come back next time, tomorrow, to see if we can make anything of it. And we'll see you then.